Welcome to Taste of Wellness. I'm Claudia, your host. Today we're going to learn quick, easy, healthy, delicious recipes. There's been a lot of scientific research showing that whole food diet is really good for you. So that all of our recipes are based off of a whole food diet. We want you to be happy, healthy, and eating delicious food. So what we're going to make for you today is TuNO Salad. It's called TuNO Salad because there's actually no fish in this. What we're going to use today is chickpeas. Now, if you're going to use chickpeas from a can, you want to make sure that you find a can that has no BPA. Now, that's the same thing that's found in your water bottles, or can be found in water bottles, and it's a chemical that we prefer that you avoid. So you want to do that. What you're going to do is, if you're using a can chickpeas, you want to make sure that you drain them and rinse them, and then you're going to add them to your food processor. It's about almost 2 cups. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to pulse. Unlike when we make hummus or dips or something of that nature, you want it to have a creamy consistency. But because we want this to have the texture of tuna, we're just going to chop it up just a little bit. So here we go. Okay, and see, it looks like it has tuna flakes. And I'm going to remove my blade for a moment just for safety. I'm going to put it off to the side. These blades are extremely sharp, so you just want to be careful. And what we're going to do is, because I want to keep this consistency, I'm going to go ahead and pour this into a bowl. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the rest of our TuNO ingredients and we're going to make them a little bit more purified. You'll notice that this recipe doesn't have what traditional tuna has, mayonnaise in it. So we're going to make our own moisture for our TuNO salad. And what we're going to do is we're going to use half of an onion, and we're just going to give it a rough chop. Even though we're using the food processor, we want to make it easy for the food processor to go ahead and chop that up. No, we don't want the skin in there, so go ahead and put that in. And then we're going to take 1 to 2 stalks, depending upon how much celery you like. Celery adds the crunch factor to it. It's really high in fiber, so it's really great for your body. And we're going to go ahead and throw that in. Quick rough chop of that. And then the next thing that we're going to add is Dijon mustard. And what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. You could pick your favorite Dijon mustard. Some people like champagne mustard. Some people like Dijon with dill in it. We're going to add fresh dill to ours in a little bit. So you're going to go ahead and add it right in. The next thing that we're going to add is kelp. Now you can use kelp, you can use dulse, or you can use nori. They're all known as sea vegetables. And we like to use kelp. This is what's going to make it taste like tuna with actually not putting fish in there. This is the ingredient that does that. And kelp is full of iron and calcium and magnesium and trace minerals. And most importantly, it's filled with iodine. And iodine is really great because it helps control the thyroid. And the thyroid stimulates hormone production. And so that's really great. And another benefit that kelp has is that it helps relieve arthritis pain. So kelp, any of the sea vegetables are really good for that. It also strengthens your hair and your nails, and proven that it helps with acne, and it reduces cellulite, ladies. Cellulite, this is what I'm talking about. So we're going to go ahead and put in 1 teaspoon. Again, without having fish in here, this is what's going to give us that tuna taste to it. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to use herbama. And herbama is a sea salt that's infused with organic vegetables and herbs. So you have, I think there's 12 or 17 different ones in there. And we're going to go ahead and use about a teaspoon. I don't like to wash dishes, so I just eyeball things. If you have to have it down to a science, go ahead, feel free to take out a measuring spoon and do that. Again, and you can adjust it to what you like. If you like things a little bit more salty, you can put a little bit more herbama in. If you don't have herbama, just use regular sea salt, Himalayan salt, or Celtic salt, whatever you have. It has higher minerals than regular table salt and a lot more benefits to it. And then we're going to go ahead and add some black cracked pepper. Just give it a couple, you know, if you like it spicy, kick it up a few times. If you like it a little bit more mild, you can omit it altogether. It's, you know, it's what you like is the preference. And what we're going to do now is I actually want a more consistency, thinner consistency to this. So we're going to blend this up for a while here. So here we go. Okay, now that we have that blended up, we'll take the cover off and we'll go ahead and remove the blades right away because they're sharp, so you don't want to hurt yourself. And what I'm going to do is today we took fresh dill and I'm just going to add some fresh dill in there. And I'm going to give it a quick mix. So here we go. So this is what's going to give us our moisture to our tuna without having mayonnaise in there. And then what we're going to do is just take our chickpeas that we chopped up earlier on pulse and add our onion, our kelp, all of our spices and our dill. We're just going to go ahead and add that right in. And then we're going to mix to incorporate it. Some of the ways that I like to serve this is you can serve it on sprouted bread. Or you can use, if you're gluten-free, some of the things that you can use is either a collard green or romaine lettuce leaf and put it in there. You can do a tossed salad, make it pretty, you know, make wedges in it, and you can scoop it in there like traditional tuna and tomato would be served. I have to tell you, I made this for a friend the other night. And they first took a spoon of it and they didn't really like it. And 10 minutes later, the whole bowl was gone. So give it a taste. It's really delicious, and you can't believe how much it actually tastes like tuna fish without having tuna fish in it. For this recipe, please visit our website at worldwellnesseducation.org. My name is Claudia. We'll see you soon. Until then, get healthier, one recipe at a time.